Good evening and welcome to Hopkinton High School for tonight's varsity basketball game as the Holliston Panthers take on your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. The Tri-Valley is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship and establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. The league will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, game officials, and fans in attendance. Such actions include taunting, trash talking, berating of players or officials. Please respect all decisions made by officials. Please respect fans, coaches, participants, and opponents alike. Thank you for helping create a positive, respectful, and fun environment here at Hopkinton High School. And now for the Holliston Panthers lineup. Guard number 5, senior captain, Grace Dazindalet. Guard number 11, senior, Gabby Ray Wells. Forward number 12, junior, Brooke Jeffroy. Forward number 15, senior captain, Tess Powers. Guard number 32, senior, Cami Kazabol. The coaches for the Panthers, Dan Keith and Kurt Lorenzen. And now for your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. Guard number 0, junior, Lily Morningstar. Forward number 4, senior captain, Ivy Goglin. Guard number 11, senior, Callie Corby. Guard number 15, senior, Rissa Prawl. Forward number 32, senior captain, Regan Cabernet. The manager for the Lady Hillers is Molly Matstrom. And the coaches for the Hillers is Mike Greco, Kerry Chat, Pat O'Brien, and Anthony Gonzalez. And now, will you all please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
HKM TV presents another edition of girls varsity basketball, and here for the second time this year, the Hopkinton Hillers will host the Holliston Panthers. Hi, I'm Tim Hladek here with Steve Spector as usual, and Steve, we saw the first meeting of this season and the first game of the year. Hopkinton won 59-47 over this same Panther squad, but they are coming off of a close 3-point loss to Ashland in their last game.
Yeah, Tim, really tight ball game against Ashland just a few nights ago on Tuesday night, and you know both teams, Ashland and Hopkinton, had a tough time putting the ball in the hoop. But foul shooting was really problematic for both teams. But at the end, Ashland hit the shots at the end, and they didn't have Ivy Goglin.
That's right.
A few nights ago. So Holliston's playing for their playoffs lives right now. So this is going to be a very competitive game.
Tip ball goes right into a pass from Kevany down to Morningstar. She could not quite get the shot off. Ball rolls out of bounds, goes to the Panthers. And like you said, Steve, the Panthers are fighting for their playoff lives with a 4-5 record right now. Just one game under 500, 2-4 in the TVL, while the Hillers are 8-2 overall, 7-1 in the TVL. With that first loss coming against Ashland, 39-36.
Yeah, a bit of a humbling loss, but maybe not a bad reality check at the same time. And you know, it's good to see Ivy back in playing. So,
first shot from Goglin is a miss, but Callie Corby jumps in there for the board. Ball back inside to Goglin. She turns, fires the shot, a bit short. But still, Gogolin being aggressive in her first game back from the one-game absence. And driving and forcing the issue. Holliston there. Grace Dezindalit driving, picking up the foul.
Yeah, Lily didn't have her feet set on that play, so that was the right call.
Dezindalit gets the ball in. Baseline shot fired from Tess Powers, no good. Rebounded by Hopkinton. Morningstar drives. Drove into some trouble there, lost the ball. Now Dezindalit has it. She drives, takes it the whole way, scoop layup. Up and over the back of the backboard.
Well, it was nice. She seems to be one of their go-to players, I think. Senior guard, lots of skills. Took it to the hoop strong there.
Still a 0-0 game, more than a minute in to this first quarter. Morningstar drives,
nice
left
play.
hand on the right side. Nice scoop layup for the junior.
Wow, that was a pretty sweet move.
Relief pass almost goes past half court, but Dezindalit recovers. She's looking for help. Eventually finds it. Ball dribbled off of the Hopkinton player's foot. Stays with Holliston. 12 seconds left on the shot clock.
Coach Greco was trying to help the ref with a call there, but the ref seemed to have a different opinion on which way the ball was going. But it was a good try nevertheless. Nice
Drive
block.
and shot, no good. Blocked out of bounds, eventually rolls out of bounds. Ball stays with Holliston.
Kevany and Gogolin both could give them both a block on that one. It was not a good situation for the Holliston player there.
Cross-court inbound pass from Dezindalit. Usually don't see those. Shot got off, but no good. Hopkinton with the rebound. Kevany bringing it up. Ball inside to Gogolin. She's calling for it.
Nice block.
Great defense and down low from Gabby Ramirez-Broder.
Brooke Jeffroy with a pretty sweet block on Ivy. Turned into a little battle down low there. Good D by Corby.
Pass down low, somehow bounces through. Dezindalit launches a three, no good. Grabbed by Lily Morningstar. Lily bringing it up, pass to Gogolin. Not sure if that was intended for Gogolin. She tried to swipe at it. Eventually she gets it. A few more shots, no good. Rebound Gogolin. And she eventually draws the foul after a couple hard rebounds down low. No luck on the shots, but 2 free throws coming for the senior captain.
Yeah, she was getting swarmed by red shirts down there. You know, her effort is awesome. It got her teammates off the bench. There's like 3 offensive fouls, offensive rebounds in a row, and she's got 2 shots.
First one good for Gogolin, who did miss the last game again, as we mentioned, against Ashland. We aren't quite sure what happened, if she had gotten hurt in between the last home broadcast we did, but she seems to be showing no ill effects from the absence, coming out being very aggressive here to start, making those 2 free throws among the offensive rebounds.
That's a good sign for the Hillers, who had a lot of trouble at the free throw line the last game, as we mentioned a minute ago. So, and as you said, on in the past, the free throw shooting can be contagious both ways. So, I hope that's a good sign for Hopkinton to hit their shots at the foul line tonight.
Olivia Gladue and Kate Hubner into the game for the first time.
Good D.
Dezindalit trips over Morningstar. No foul called. Ball out of bounds. Stays with Hopkinton. And Hubner, who I just mentioned, entered the game, had a fantastic game. Probably the best offensive player for Hopkinton in that low-scoring affair with Ashland. She really forced the issue, took the ball down low, was able to drive whenever she wanted with the absence of Gogolin. We'll see if she can continue with that burst as Dezindalit fires a 3 and knocks it down. First bucket of the game for Holliston. 4-3 Hopkinton lead.
4:44 left in the first quarter. Not a whole lot of scoring so far.
Kevany tries to hand it off with Morningstar, picked by Dezindalit. She takes it all the way.
Nice play by Gladue.
Gladue with great defense, didn't foul, but challenged the shot, forced to miss.
Really smart play by Gladue. Made sure she didn't foul and timed it beautifully.
Nice pass from Morningstar to Kevany. The three was no good, but Gladue was there to grab the offensive board and then drives and forces the foul, draws the foul.
Tess Powers with a foul. I'm sorry. Abby Ray Wells with a foul, her first for Holliston.
Gogolin from the elbow, no good on the shot. Fighting for the rebound, secured by Holliston. Brooke Jeffroy.
Tough pass.
Quick three fired off the dribble, knocked down. Abby Ray Wells. Now Holliston takes the lead for the first time, 6-4.
Had a little swagger at the end after she hit that. That was really a nice shot from the wing.
Morningstar tried to go off the backboard a bit too strong from the left side. Now Dezindalit has it for Holliston.
Oh, nice pass.
Dezindalit, nice pass.
No
Gogolin
foul.
taking some contact. No call there, but then on the offensive rebound, another foul called. 2 free throws coming for Brooke Jeffroy.
Coach Dan Keefe of Holliston had his palms facing the ceiling after there was a lot of contact early, but they got the second foul. But I thought the first one was fairly. He had a strong case about that.
Jeffroy's first free throw good, 7-4 lead now for Holliston. Two in that trip for the Panthers. Again, the Panthers coming off of a big 30-point blowout loss to Medway in their last game. So both teams coming off a loss, albeit a bit different outcomes, different results as far as point totals,
nice
but
move.
both teams trying to shed that losing streak as the shot is missed there from Hopkinton, rebounded by Holliston. Now Dezindalit with it. The tough floater, might have been a pass, goes right to her teammate. Now 3-point shot, no good, but a foul on the shot. Kate Hubner, the senior, making the unfortunate mistake there. 3 free throws coming for Holliston.
Yeah, Melanie Coleman launched one from a couple feet beyond the arc. The ball didn't really have much of it. I shouldn't say it didn't have a chance to go in. It didn't go in, but Kate kind of wiped her out after the shot was released. So that was definitely a legit foul there. But Kate's, usually you take those from her because she does, so many other things with her, aggressive nature and causing steals and trouble for the opposing players when she's on D. So we'll take that from her. All of a sudden, Holliston has a 9-4 lead. It was a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, they 9-0 run. Yep.
So 3 minutes left in the first quarter. So the pendulum has swung, as they say.
Yeah. This has kind of been Hopkinton's Achilles heel in their past 4 or 5 games or so. They've been able to kind of circumvent it by being able to win the games, but we've seen these long stretches where they haven't been able to score. Against Medfield was one such game where that occurred, also against Ashland. Long stretches where Hopkinton just has not been able to score, and they're kind of suffering that here in this first quarter. We'll see what they can do with the final 3 minutes as Hubner will inbound under Holliston's hoop. Hubner thought about it, kicked it back out to Kevany. Now Morningstar will look to get things going. Ball inside to McDermott. Morningstar drives, contact, missed shot, but rebounded by Holliston. Dezindalit drives, kicks over to Coleman for the 3. Ooh. She knocks this one down. Now a 12-4 lead for Holliston.
Yeah, Hiller girls not in sync at the moment, but plenty of time to get the ship moving in the right direction. Coach Greco showing the girls
a handoff from Gladue to Hubner. Hubner again making her presence felt. A nice lay-in.
That was a big hoop. Oh, nice D.
Too small a window there on the pass, stolen away by Hopkinton. Kevany and Gladue combining to force the turnover. Hubner open for three.
Oh.
No good. Rebound Coleman.
Rounding out, as they say. That was a good shot. Good release. Just a bit unlucky at the end.
Hubner, nice defense on the pass into Tess Powers. Now harassing her outside the three-point line. Morningstar on to Zindelit. She drives. Tough shot. Up and in.
That's a heck of a shot right there. Had like no angle and somehow created one.
Hubner fakes a three. Faked the drive, kicked over to Gladue. Now Kevany, wide open shot. Just rattles out, but Gladue, another offensive board.
Nice play by Gladue.
Taking the page from Hubner's book, getting involved on the offensive glass.
There you go.
Nice turn from
wow,
Hubner. Nice roll off the screen. No foul called, but she does force a jump ball afterward, tying it up with Coleman.
Boy, I could almost hear the slap of the skin through the headphones here on that one, but I think some of the parents down below here heard the same thing. But that looked like a foul, but that's okay. You know, plenty of time left here. 14-6 Holliston. The Hillers need a defensive stop right here.
A 14-2 run for Holliston here. Not a great stretch for Hopkinton. Missed shot there, grabbed by Caroline Cannell. Ball inside to Gogolin. Pass tipped around. Recovered now by Zindelit. She pulls up for three, knocks it down. Cold-blooded three from Grace Zindelit. 17-6 lead now.
12 seconds left.
Shot clock is off for Hopkinton. Gogolin turns around, fires a shot, can't make it. Grabs a rebound, but ends up dribbling out of bounds.
See if the Hillers can get a little steal here, put some pressure on here.
Ball into Zindelit, 1 second left. Bit too strong in the three-pointer, but a great quarter for Holliston and Zindelit individually as they go on a 17-2 run after falling down 4-0 and take a 17-6 lead into the second quarter.
Wow, man, that was quite a swing, and it's still swinging in the wrong direction
right.
for the Hillers, and hopefully we'll see some turnaround here. In the meantime, we see some Hiller girls. Junior
youth basketball program.
Hiller Junior Girls is a youth basketball night tonight. We'll get the details of what's happening, but got to appreciate the girls getting their game shirts on and rooting their high school girls on tonight.
Yeah, hopefully enjoying the night. Hopefully get to see a Hopkinton win here.
There's another group of, I don't know if they got teams going on here, but it's good stuff. Friday night at the gym. As you can see, they're very enthusiastic. That's a good sign. Some future stars here. They're probably already stars. And great crowd here tonight on a Friday night. But it would be even better if the Hillers can kind of get things moving in the right direction. It just was uninspired first quarter. Didn't get any kind of rhythm going. Certainly the shots weren't going down. Ivy, good to have Ivy back, obviously.
Right.
She had a bunch of shots down low. Most of them didn't go, but most of the shots for the whole team didn't go, with only 6 points in the first 8 minutes. So hopefully they'll shut Holliston down. Holliston's been firing up 3 or 4 3-pointers. Zindelit has hit a couple or three, and Melanie Coleman also with a couple. So,
second quarter starting now. Hopkinton down 11, down 17-6. First pass inside from Morningstar's picked off. Zindelit drives, no foul called. Gogolin fights for the rebound. Tough rebound from the senior captain. Now Kevany brings it past the Prawl, layup up and in. Nice fast break bucket for Hopkinton.
A much needed bucket, Tim. Now it's been a while, so hopefully we can come up with a stop here and get a couple hoops in a row. That'd be great for them.
Jeffroy throws up the tough shot, gets it to fall.
That's a heck of a shot right there.
Back to an 11-point lead for Holliston. Hopkinton really trying to get the ball to Ivy down low, but Holliston doing a great job of turning her away. Kevney drives, turned away, turns it back. Morningstar had an open three, turned it away. Gogolin, free throw line jumper, finally gets a shot to fall.
Nice shot by Ivy. It's good to just get some rhythm offensively, get a few baskets this quarter. They could definitely have a better output than the first quarter. So they're off to a good start so far.
Pass down low, shot, turnaround up and in. Eliza Altabelli, her first action here tonight, turns around, makes a nice move in the post.
I mean, Holliston's hit some crazy shots. So good for them. I mean, got to tip your hat. Those are some of those shots. At least 4 or 5 of them have been.
Ivy Gogolin dips and ducks under a Holliston player, draws a foul, no good on the shot, but 2 free throws coming.
It'll be good to see the Hillers, get some offensive rhythm going here. They've already got a couple baskets in the first couple minutes, so. Here we go.
First free throw just rattles in for Gogolin. As Gabby Ramirez-Broder subs in.
Yeah, right now nobody's, aside from Ivy, who's got the majority of the points for the Hillers, at least 6 or 7 points at this point, 8 or whatever, hopefully. Need some other folks to step up offensively and just, get a rhythm. Usually the defense will create those opportunities, so.
Hopkinton down 9.
Like a play like that, like a nice block.
Block goes out of bounds off of Hopkinton. Holliston will retain. Inbound under the Hiller hoop.
5:51 left, 21-12, Holliston. Second quarter.
Inbounds pass. Never really had a chance. Rockets off of a Hiller leg out of bounds. And again, the first time these two teams met was the first game of the season. Hopkinton won in Holliston 59-47. So perhaps some thoughts of revenge here early on for the Panthers. We'll see how the Hillers counteract that added enthusiasm. Ooh, pass inside from Ramirez-Broder. Hits the corner of the backboard. Falls right back in her hands. Violation. Turnover, Holliston. Corby and Morningstar working things out. Floater from Morningstar, no good. Rebound poked out by Lily, grabbed by Corby. Great pass from Morningstar to Gogolin. Short on the jumper.
They just turned the lights on. Oh boy.
3-pointer again, another one from Holliston. Dzindale launches from deep again, 24-12.
Hopefully it gets turn the lights on for Hopkinton to start playing some D. You have to defend that. That was sort of a uncontested 3.
Ivy turns around, fires the left-hand hook. No good. A lot of Hopkinton's offense has really been kind of dumping into Ivy and let her do the work. That really hasn't worked so far. We'll see what else they plan on doing. Dzindale fires a tough shot.
Easy.
Rebounded by Prawl. Now Kevney on the break. Turns around, Gogolin fighting for the rebound. Now poked out to Coleman. She takes it, jump stop, nice move. A bit too strong on the layup.
It was a 1-on-3. That might have been a good, easy to say now, maybe pull that one out and wait for our teammates on that one.
Pass inside to Gogolin's tip. She kicks it over to Prawl, launches the 3. No good. I believe that's her first shot of the game here with 4 minutes left in the first half. Usually she gets a few up before that.
Yeah, exactly.
Ramirez-Broder gets it down to Jeffroy. She turns around. Foul called on Gogolin on the shot. Two free throws coming for Jeffroy.
Yeah, that was. I would have to say, at the risk of sounding like a homer, that was a borderline call. Ivy had her hands up the Holliston player kind of took it to Ivy, and Ivy was sort of just moving with her, but nevertheless, 2 shots for Holliston.
First free throw, no good. Gledoux and Hubner come back into the game as Corby and Prawl sit down.
Well, Hubner, as you said, Tuesday night, a few nights ago, she was taking the ball to the hoop. Must have had 4 or 5, if not coast-to-coast layups. They were, really taking it up strong, and we could use a couple of those plays right now with 3:50 left in the half. Hillers down by 13 points.
Hopkinton needs some easy buckets. Really, everything so far has been difficult. Gogolin fires an elbow jumper, gets that to trickle in. Now Hopkinton down 25-14, 3:30 left in the first half. Dezindalit, step back jumper, ill-advised shot there. Grabbed by Hopkinton. Kevany tried to pass it over the Panther defender to Hubner. No such call yet.
Whoa.
And it looks like they're going to give it to Holliston, ruling that it never hit a Panther defender on the pass.
Certainly looked like it did. Did you see that? I thought it hit number 12.
I know it was close. I couldn't see exactly if it hit her.
Rather. Yep.
Either way, Holliston will have possession. Missed opportunity there for Hopkinton.
Can't worry about that stuff now. They got a bigger fish to fry here, down by 11 points. Good
defense from Morningstar and Gogolin. Ball eventually gets out to Jeffroy. She needs help. 3-point shot launched, just a bit short, but grabbed by Grace Dezindalit. Again, Jeffroy shuffled her feet a bit, a travel called. Lucky there for Hopkinton. Decent look there for Jeffroy, but she hopped around a bit before she took that shot. Turnover there for Holliston. 2:30 left now as Kevany fires a 3. No good. Gledoux fighting for that offensive board. Eventually, Gogolin gets her hand on it, but then whacked out by a Panther. Hopkinton retains.
Yeah, I'll tell you, 2:30 left in the first half. Hillers only with 14 points. Some of that's as a result of the shooting, aside from Gogolin, who's got the majority of those points. Holliston is playing some tough D, swarming man-to-man the whole time. And the Hillers don't have an answer so far.
Morningstar sees the lane open up, drives, lefty layup, no good. Gogolin's rebound, her hook does fall. Good drive from Morningstar, just couldn't finish. Lucky for her, Gogolin there to clean it up. Abby Ray Wells drives, gets the contact, free throw's coming.
On the floor, I think.
Yep, was in fact on the floor.
She kind of carried the ball on her hip. I don't think she was in a shooting position, but we don't have the benefit of the instant replay. That's coming in
next year, right?
Next week, that's what I heard. But
next week, all right.
We're working on that.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Inbounds pass gets loose, but recovered by Holliston. Abby Ray Wells tries to pass it down low. Ball's tipped around. Great play from Dezindalit. Able to jump out, tiptoe the sideline, and throw it off Kevany's foot.
Dezindalit, I'll tell you, we've seen most of the teams come through here. She's one of the best players I've seen in the Tri-Valley League this year.
Right away you could see. 2 close shots inside from Eliza Altabelli. No good on either one. Hubner drives, loses the ball. Picked up by Tess Powers, but Hubner again staying with it. Picks it off from behind.
Redeems herself a little bit there. Easy.
Gledoux drives baseline. Stepped out of bounds.
No. There was a foul, yep.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a block foul. Thought I saw him point to the baseline, but lucky for Hopkinton, it was a foul down on the baseline.
Gonna move.
1:30 left here in the first half, 16-25. Holliston leads. Missed shot there from Gogolin. Dzindlet with a nice change of pace at around the three-point line. Gets the shot off. No good. Altobelli with the rebound. But Hubner again. Active hands. Forces the turnover. Kate Hubner playing with a lot of fire as she typically does. Forces another turnover there.
Forced it.
But then Morningstar almost gave it right back as her and Altobelli wrestle over a loose ball. And the jump ball will go to Holliston on this one.
Like Corby coming into the game, giving Lily a quick break with a minute left in the half, 25-16. Holliston over the Hillers at the moment.
Tess Powers bringing it up for the Panthers. Pass inside from Wells to Powers. No good. Stolen away. Hubner drives, puts her head down.
There you go.
Can't finish the lay-in, but 2 free throws coming. Kate Hubner doing everything she can to keep the Hillers in this game.
Well, 40 seconds left. That's good. Just 2 for 1 if they gets to that point. But that's the kind of sense of urgency that Kate brought last game, taking the ball to the hoop and in a lot of cases hit the shots. But when she didn't, in this particular case, she drew the foul, so she's got to hit the foul shots too. Missing the first one, but we could use the second one here, Kate.
Second one trickles out. Gogolin gets a rebound, but blocked from behind. But then Corby comes in to collect the loose ball, launches the floater. That bounces around, no good. Grabbed by Dzindlet.
Corby, but that was great anticipation by her. Comes off the bench and has a couple steals in the last minute. That created some opportunities.
Dzindlet spins into 2 Hopkinton defenders. It was blocked by either Hubner or Gogolin.
It was a 1-on-1 situation.
Again, Gladue, I believe that's the 3rd foul that she's caused driving baseline. Gets another one right there.
She's got a 1-on-1. It's only a sophomore. She's very composed up there for a
showing
sophomore.
a lot of poise out there, yep.
See if she can show us a free throw shooting prowess here. Pick up a couple points before the half.
First one no good. Grabbed by Altobelli. Shot clock's off. 13 seconds left for Holliston.
Nice block.
Kami Kazabal launches the shot with about 5 seconds left. Could have used more time. Ball knocked out of bounds. Holliston seems to think it should be their ball. Awarded to Hopkinton. 1.2 seconds left for the Hillers to get a shot off. Kevany for 3. Had to shoot it right away. Lost her footing. Couldn't get the shot off. So at the end of the first half, a disappointing effort, offensively at least, from the Hillers, down 25-16.
Yeah, well, the only silver lining is that they increased their offense. They only got 6 points in the first quarter, and they got 10 in the second quarter. So that's at least trending in the right direction. But Holliston's really shutting them down in the big picture. And aside from Ivy, there's not a whole lot of scoring going on to speak of, generally speaking. But hopefully Coach Greco and his team will come out of the halftime meeting and have a little more sense of urgency and just play the game. They seem a little uptight tonight for some reason, but just let it flow and things can take care of themselves if they just relax and take their shots. All
right, we'll see what happens here in the second half. Hillers down 25-16. We'll see what happens in a few minutes when we come back.
Do you have what it takes?
Will you make a difference?
Always an adventure.
Police and fire working together.
Utilizing the latest technology.
Do you have what it takes?
My name is Connor. My name is Nina. I'm Haley. Hi, my name is Jake. We're the Hiller volleyball team. My name is Emma. My name is May. My name is Shelby. My name is Sophie.
We're Alma Gal and we love HCAM.
We love HCAM.
And I volunteer for HCAM TV.
And I watch HCAM TV. And I love HCAM TV. And I love HCAM TV.
We love HCAM TV.
Woo!
And we are back here about a minute away from starting the second half. And according to our fearless leader, Mike Terosian, Hopkinton came out before Holliston after the halftime speech, which doesn't bode well according to the Tiger Terosian handbook. But we'll see what happens, Steve.
You know, there's people are superstitious.
What do I know, though? But what do I know?
Not much. No, you know plenty. He keeps us together, Mike Terosian. And while we're at it, why don't we give a quick plug to our team here. Director Tom Dings, graphics Samantha Dings, doing the cameras tonight, John Ritz, Mary Arnott, and Denise Antaki. So thank you for keeping Tim and I mostly under control. But as you said, Tim, Holliston didn't take no warm-ups. So they came out of the locker room and they went right to the bench and they're going to come out and play. The Hillers had a little bit of a warm-up, but
right.
You know, this is where the coaching and you play with pride. And right now, both teams are playing hard. Holliston's hitting their shots and they've hit a bunch of three-pointers and the Hillers haven't. So that's kind of the difference largely. And again, a little more desperation so far from Holliston, and they're at 4-5, and the Hillers are 8-2 or something like that. So, you know, the Hopkinton crowd, man, getting into it a little bit. So this is a big game, big second half here, Friday night in the gym here in Hopkinton.
And we'll see what the Hillers do with that added crowd boost. Down 9 here to start the second half. Starting 5 in for both squads. Crawl drives, shot no good. Dezindelit with the board.
Look out.
Wells passes to Power. She had already turned her head and started going out of the paint. Turnover there. But then almost on the other side, a turnover there from Hopkinton as Dezindelit knocks the pass out of bounds. Stays with Hopkinton, though.
Here we go. Right
Morningstar grabs the handoff. Shot up. Late foul called. This one going on Jeffroy.
Some of the members of the crowd were expressing that it had been a long time since there was a foul called. I'm not sure if that's actually the case, but that was kind of the vibe we were getting there. But nevertheless, a good take by Lily. You know, that's the kind of, let's not mess around with the ball outside. Let's get the ball, take it to the hoop, and just get into a rhythm the second half, and good things will happen.
2 of 2 on that trip from the junior Lily Morningstar. Now down to a 7-point deficit for Hopkinton.
That's a heck of a match.
Yeah,
Morningstar and Dezindelit. Timeout. That's great defense by not just Lily, which was obviously she was shutting them down, but everyone else was covering their player, and there was just no place to pass the ball. So Coach Dan Keefe of Holliston kind of bailed his player out.
Right, forced to call a timeout.
And that's a good start by the Hillers, coming out with a little bit of energy and
2 quick points.
The crowd, not a bad thing. Everyone's mostly parents here tonight. I have to say there's not as many students here tonight on Friday night. I don't know if some other activity going on here, but nevertheless, a very enthusiastic crowd, and the home crowd is trying to bring some energy to the team.
That burst at the beginning of the second half. Don't typically see that. That's more reserved for like the later moments of the game, fourth quarter, close contests like that. But the crowd came alive there at the beginning of the second half, giving the Hillers a little boost, get those 2 free throws here to start. And then the quick timeout, again, only 52 seconds in to save that possession by Coach Keefe. We'll see what possibly Coach Greco could add after the long halftime break. But now both teams coming back out onto the court after the timeout. Holliston will inbound.
17 seconds on the shot clock. Good D.
Wells gets picked,
Ooh,
somehow
that's gotta
comes
be a
up with
walk.
the ball. And a travel called as she turned on her knee to try to find a teammate.
Yep, she did everything she could except at the very end she moved her foot. And that was right in front of the ref, so that was the right call.
Morningstar drives,
Nice.
jumper just trickles in. 4 quick points for Lily here in the second half.
She got, what was great about that is, Tim, she didn't force the shot. She gathered herself before she released the ball. That was great. Oh,
Pass inside. Jeffroy makes some space. Her shot goes down.
she's a tough matchup. She's got some height, too. She looks about 6'1" or 2. We don't have the heights here, but she's matched up pretty good with Ivy, who's about 6'1" or so.
Foul called as Abby Ray Wells got a bit too inside Kevany there. Force her off the spot.
27-20, Holliston over Hopkinton. 6:19 left in the third quarter.
Pass inside Gogol, and she turns, rejected by Jeffroy. Nice block, straight up.
Good sportsmanship there by both teams, helping each other up.
Yep, after the jump ball is called, goes to Holliston.
Ivy, she's got that move down, and maybe next time throw a ball fake on there because I think it was Brooke Jeffroy. She really anticipated that shot and blocked it beautifully. It was a really nice block.
Great passing, finds Jeffroy open for the jumper, no good. Gogolin fighting for the rebound. Now Morningstar has a 2-on-1. She takes the open jumper, left all alone. 6 points in this quarter for Lily Morningstar.
Again, she gathered herself before then, and I think there's a turnover right there. That's quite a pep talk. Coach Greco must have had an impact during halftime.
Absolutely.
And now all of a sudden the Hillers at one point at the end of the first quarter were down by 11. Now they're down by 5, so they've closed the gap considerably.
Morningstar inside to Kevany. She rolls off that. No good on the shot, but 2 free throws coming for the senior captain. Nice 2-man game from Morningstar and Kevany.
And I'm just noticing it looked like Abby Ray Wells, number 11, had her 4th foul. I think that's what I saw on the scoreboard, and now that's first foul on number 32 for
Kazabal.
And just another note is Holliston already with 3 fouls to Hillers, no fouls in the second half, and it's pretty early, so it could be a 1-on-1 situation happening sooner rather than later.
Hopkinton just down 3. Dezindelit goes and forces the contact. I was hoping they weren't going to call a foul. They did not, but did not matter. Dezindelit swishes the shot anyway.
She's had 2 or 3 of those already.
A very confident player, and rightfully so, making very contested, high difficulty shots here tonight.
In and out.
Gogolin's close shot, no good, just rattles out. Now Dezindelit forcing the issue again, takes against Hubner. And a charge called on that one.
Hubner somehow gets up with a smile after that. It was a great play, but that had to have felt that contact. She stood there, took one for the team, as they say. Got run over, basically.
(29-24) lead for Holliston. Gladue and Morningstar handing it off. Tough floater there for Morningstar. No good. Now Powers brings it up. Gets in the hands of Dezindelit. She launches the 3 after a quick jump step. No good, though.
Could have been a foul at the end, but no call. Definitely a lot of body contact.
Morningstar, high pass to Gogolin, turns around, her shot no good. Kevany fights for the board. Ball goes out of bounds, goes to the Panthers.
Dezindelit let go that 3-pointer, and she got a little hip check at the end, and no call. I was surprised about that.
Pass down low to Jeffroy. She turns around, launches the shot. Kevany called for the foul. 2 free throws coming for Jeffroy. And just as quickly as it looked like Hopkinton was coming back, Holliston has kind of flipped the script here.
Hearing some of the constructive feedback from the crowd here tonight is very interesting.
That's one way to put it, right?
I think they were, but nevertheless, 6-point lead for Holliston, and that was a low percentage shot. That was in terms of the shot that the Holliston player number 12, Brooke Jeffroy, it's like a fadeaway hook, and looks like Kevin, he kind of got a piece of her, but this is his second shot here.
Second free throw is good. 2 for 2 on that trip.
She's a nice player, Jeffroy. The junior forward, she's got some height and length, and she's got a few points tonight too.
Hillers down 7 halfway through this third quarter.
Caroline Connell's in the game for the Hillers.
Gogolin puts her head down, rejected by Jeffroy. And again, there might be something to what you said earlier, Steve, about Jeffroy getting a good read on Gogolin. For whatever reason, really tonight in the past couple of games, Gogolin has been pretty demonstrative in her moves when she goes to go to the hoop. Jeffroy's kind of picked up on it. Last 2 shots she's rejected.
Yeah, and I think it's sort of just anticipating the tendencies of Ivy, and at the moment she's got it figured out. But you know, again, throw a ball fake in, you got to mix things up a little bit and be not as predictable. Oh, nice shot.
Good do it. Nice take and shot, no good, but rebounded by Hopkinton. A chance to save this possession after Galoo got a pretty good look.
Connell, freshman out there, getting some minutes. That's a good sign.
Hubner caught in no man's land, ends up turning it over. Powers with it, takes it all the way. Tough take, and a foul called. Didn't look like too much contact, but a tough position to be put in anyway. 2 free throws coming for Holliston.
Yeah, Caroline Connell did everything she could. She very demonstratively had her hands way back, kind of rode the player all the way to the hoop, and that could have gone either way for sure. Tess Powers, senior. All of a sudden, the 5-point lead has gotten back up to 8. 3:26 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, Holliston has done a great job kind of weathering that first Hiller storm, so to speak. Yep. And now, like you said, lengthen that lead back up to 8. No Gogolin in the game right now for Hopkinton. Let's see where they go for offense. They've been a bit tentative without her, as when she's on the court, the offense pretty much strictly runs through her. 8 seconds left, not a move made toward the basket yet. Morningstar now drives. Good defense there from Altabelli, turns Morningstar away. Holliston comes up with the turnover. Tess Powers, a quick 3.
Call a timeout maybe.
Off the backboard. I guess I heard her call bank. 3-point shot there. And Connell got away, or Connell got away with the travel there, it looked like. Lucky for Hopkinton. Down 11 now. Kevany fires the 3. Bit too strong. Dzindali grabs the board.
Yeah, your point you made a little while ago when Ivy's out of the game, it's been a little bit of a lull, and here we are. So
right, and on that possession, they waited till about 4 or 5 seconds left on the shot clock. We'll see Morningstar forcing the issue, but blocked by Jeffroy. Maybe it's not just Ivy she's got to read on. Maybe it's everybody.
She's just got a very good timing, you know, knows how to get out of the way, doesn't have body contact, but she's very good, you know, long arms and really good timing.
Dzindali, great pass down low. The block from behind from Kevany and a foul called. As Jackie Alibrandi will go to the line, shooting 2, the sophomore guard. And a timeout called by Coach Greco. 1:54 left. Hopkinton got the deficit down from 27 to 24, and now an 8-0 run for Holliston to put that lead back up to 11.
Yeah, it's a game of momentum changes, and like you said, the Hillers came out flying, you know, in the first 2 or 3 minutes, and then the pendulum unfortunately swung the other way. So Coach Greco hopefully can get people on these girls on the right track. Plenty of time left, and a couple of 3-pointers here and there can change things in a hurry. Either way, in that department, Holliston's hit quite a few 3-pointers in this game.
Right.
And
that last bank from Tess Powers there. When you're shooting good, you get ones like those.
Yeah, when whether she called glass or not, it was a big shot, and kind of took its toll on the Hillers. There's some more youth basketball players here tonight. Gotta love that. Could be going to Elmwood School or a middle school. I'm not. Help me out about the age group there, but could be.
I don't know the schools around here. I'm a Medway guy.
That's
after
why
all.
I forgot you're a Medway guy, and a Yukon guy, right?
That's right.
All right. I'm a UMass Amherst guy, so that's a pretty big rivalry. But I'm glad we can put our differences aside and do the telecast together. So that's a good thing.
I think we do all right.
Yeah, we haven't heard from the HR department here yet,
Not
so
yet.
that's good. Not yet. Jackie Alibrandi with her first of 2 shots.
High arcing on that one. Knocks it down, though. 12-point lead for Holliston. Again, 1:54 left here in the third quarter. Second one, no good. Grabbed by Jeffroy, a miss, and then another rebound.
Wow. Oh, that's a big break for the Hillers. She had a couple of bunnies that really should have gone down, but they didn't go. And let's see if the Hillers can take advantage.
Morningstar wise move to pull out there. Kind of drove into the defense, didn't have anything. Saved the possession for the Hillers. Gogolin wants to shoot, gets to her spot.
Oh.
Shot just rattles around.
Unlucky.
Kevany fights for the rebound. And just as she goes to grab it, ball lands out of bounds. Goes to Holliston. And now Jeffroy will get a seat. Gets a nice round of applause from the Holliston fans.
Boy, she's earned her keep tonight, man. She's stretching out on the bench. She's got about 4 or 5 blocks anyway. Really strong player.
Dezindalit grabs the pass and off the inbounds pass, picks up a foul. Morningstar a bit too aggressive, her second. Nice pick from Altabelli. Great read off the screen from Alibrandi. No good on the layup. Morningstar.
Ooh, and one.
Floater just can't go in, but Morningstar fighting for the
Help her out.
rebound.
Oh, nice.
Gets it to Gogolin. Her shot.
Oh, yeah,
no,
one.
too strong.
Looked like there's some contact there. Ref's letting the play.
Morningstar doing a good job against Dezindalit.
That's quite a matchup all night. Those two.
Yeah, but Lily often draws the toughest assignment on each and every night. Last game against Ashland, she had Kayla Madden, who was the tallest player Ashland had, but they stuck Lily on her. I mean, of course, Kayla did manage to get hers a few buckets here and there, but Lily, for the most part, held her in check. And again, Dezindalit still having a great game, but Lily doing all she can to try to contain her. But other players on Holliston stepping up, like Tess Powers, just sank the free throw there. We saw Alibrandi with free throws earlier. Coleman with free throws and a three-pointer. Teammates of Dezindalit stepping up here, especially here in the third quarter. As Powers goes 1 of 2 on that trip.
You're getting some free opinions here for some of the refereeing.
Foul,
going on here
yeah, foul called on Holliston's Altabelli right after the free throw, loose ball foul.
Hillers 40 seconds left in the third quarter, down by 13 points. They could use a hoop or two.
Marissa Prawl
Nice.
gets inside, off some contact. Tough scoop layup, doesn't fall.
Good idea.
Powers thought about the three.
Good D. Tough D. Proud. Look at that.
Prawl steals it away. Takes it by herself.
Nice.
Past the Morningstar. No good on the lay-in, but a foul. 2 free throws coming. 16 and a half seconds left. Hopkinton with a chance to make it an 11-point game.
Marissa Proud, awesome anticipation there, makes the steal and keeps herself under control and dumps it off to Lily, who got fouled going up to the hoop, almost a three-pointer opportunity. But right now they got to hit their free throws.
Yeah, this rim has not been kind to the Hillers here tonight. A lot of ones that have rattled in and out. Another one right there from Morningstar. We'll see what she can do with the second one. Swish. That's how you eliminate that. You got to swish them.
There you go.
37-25, 15 seconds left for Holliston to get a shot. Shot
Nothing
clock is
there.
off. Great pass from Tess Powers, but Kazabal couldn't control it. Great vision from that pass from Powers.
That was a bullet.
Yeah, caught pretty much everyone off guard, even Kazabal herself, who couldn't quite handle it. But then Holliston picked up a foul, drew the foul afterward. 8 seconds left now, inbound in. Coleman with it now, behind the three-point line, 3 seconds.
No foul.
2-point shot, up, no good. But Holliston, again, the first 4 minutes of that third quarter, Hopkinton really came out, got it down to 27-24. Looked like they were poised to take the lead or at least tie it. Meanwhile, Holliston recognized what was happening and just completely flipped the switch and now up 12.
Yeah, we'll just let these announcements go real quick for the 50-50 raffle here. Looks like Sam Cody doing the drawing there.
802-4069. The number is 802-4069. Please meet us over by the table if that's you. Thank you.
Here's the gentleman. Could be a winner. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, right on cue. Look at the camera work.
A Holliston fan at that. Looks like from the red.
Is that Denise who captured that moment? Good camera. Good technical support here.
All right, where are we going
Well
after
done.
the game?
Good job up there, Denise. That guy's buying tonight.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Well, 8 minutes left. The Hillers. Let's see what they're made of, Tim. You know, they gotta come out with make a statement here. You know, see what.
Yeah,
they just gotta dig down. Yep. Holliston's digging down. You know, I just noticed. You know, Melanie Coleman, number 1 of Holliston. She's in the game now. I don't recall her playing much in the third quarter, and she had a nice first half. So she's fresh coming off the bench, starting the fourth quarter for Holliston. And the Hillers just got to bear down, play the D. There you go.
Gogolin gets in there, forces a steal, picked up by Kevaney, pass to Hubner. No good on the layup. A missed opportunity there. Kevaney fighting for the loose ball.
Nice.
Morningstar picks it up now.
Bodies flying everywhere out there, but that gets their teammates off the bench. Need some positive mojo here.
Corby drives left, puts up the floater, too strong. Grabbed by Coleman. Kevaney picks
it
it back. Corby with the shot. No good. 2 missed baskets there for Hopkinton. That would have been huge. And then they compound that with a foul as they knock down Jackie Alibrandi. Tough turn of events there for the Hillers.
Yeah, but still, you know, good sign that they're fired up here starting the last quarter. They don't want to. They've had quite a positive season, and it's still going well. But you know, I'm sure they don't want to lose 2 games in a row, nor does Holliston. But we got an extra player on the court, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you get that on the. Be too many men in the ice penalty on the Holliston team there.
Free throws coming for Alibrandi, 1-1. First one no good, grabbed by Gogolin. Hopkinton down 12, 7:20 left here in this fourth quarter. Pass inside to Gogolin, rejected again by Jeffroy. This time Gogolin recovers, converts the and one. Or the first part of the and one. Free throw coming up.
So I think I just saw 32 with 4 fouls. I don't know if there's our 32 or I think it might have been. We'll have to get wind of that as Reagan Kevaney came out of the game. Who's number 32? So we'll see if that's the case. If she has 4. But nevertheless, 3-point play, that was big. Hiller's down by 9, a whole lot better than 13.
Zindler back in the game for Holliston, looking to make her mark here on this final quarter.
Corby, tough D.
Fires the 3. Looked good. Just
Easy.
a bit strong.
Easy.
Hubner to Gladue.
And one.
Gladue shot. No good. Had a chance for an and one. Shot didn't quite roll in, but two more free throws coming for Hopkinton.
Olivia Gladue having a really strong game, you know, when she's getting her opportunity. Again, only a sophomore, so it's a good sign for the future here.
No, but in particular, we were talking about it before, whenever she gets the ball, it's not just like how she's playing. It's really just she looks very poised out there, making key plays, moves that you wouldn't expect normally from someone who gets that type of minutes, acting like she hasn't missed a step out there the entire time.
And she's
again, fighting right in there. Knew she missed that free throw, but booted it out of bounds. But Gladue clearly has got her head in the game in this one. Great effort from her for this.
Down by 8.
The sophomore, Gladue. We'll see if Hopkinton can keep this going. This is where, in the third quarter, they had their quick run, but then lost it to Holliston.
There you go, Callie. That's another problem there. He called a timeout. I think he called a timeout. Coach
Coach
Keith,
yep,
his second one, I think, of the half already. So
Zindler made a great play to keep the ball in Holliston's possession, but Coach Keith wasn't willing to take that chance, call a timeout right as she threw it. One of those that just doesn't work out, but rather keep the possession, I'm sure, if you are Holliston, than risk it. Again, Holliston just up 8 now after starting the quarter, I believe, up 12.
Yeah, so we'll have to, keep an eye on, it'll be interesting to see how Coach Greco uses his bench. He has a lot of players who are worthy of being in at the kind of crunch time at this point, and he's probably got, he can only get 5 on the court. So hopefully he'll come up with the right formula to come up with the right energy to cause a few turnovers. But, down by 8, there's plenty of time, and a couple of runs either way, hopefully the runs will go in the direction of the Hillers, and it's like the starting, or not quite the starting 5 out there, but
Frank Gladue out there again getting these key fourth quarter minutes. Her and Hubner really the two kind of hustle playmakers here for the Hillers. Let's see what type of impact they can make.
Oh, that's a walk. Good D. Pretty loud crowd going on here, Tim. I don't know. I can barely hear myself thinking over here.
Definitely a contentious game here. Not much going on out on the court, but definitely some interaction between the fans here today.
No blood, no. It's just all good fun, good sportsmanship.
Gogolin with the open shot from the corner, from the elbow, knocks it down. Now Hopkinton down just 6.
Ivy's got to have about 13, 15 points by now, up to 31. So she's got keeping the Hillers in the game. Good D, good D.
Corby and Morningstar doubling to Zindelit. 3 from Powers.
Box
short. Jeffroy with the rebound. Blocked by Hubner. That looked like a looked like a good block. But apparently, refs saying with the body. Looks like free throws coming for Jeffroy.
Well, there's certainly a lot of body movement on, Brooke from Jeffroy on that play, and she's got long arms and long legs, and they're all moving. There was some kind of interaction there, but I think it looked worse than it actually was. But she drew the foul nevertheless.
First free throw, lucky for Hopkinton. First free throw, rims out. Still a 6-point lead for Holliston. 5:48 left here in the fourth. Hopkinton trying to fight back after being down 13 here to start the fourth quarter. Now has that lead down to 6.
So you got Kevany back in the game. And again, I mentioned a minute ago, I think she has 4 fouls, so we'll keep an eye on that. Oh.
Somehow that free throw rattles home for Jeffroy, bouncing around 3 or 4 times. 7-point lead now for the Panthers. Kevany inside to Gogolin. Gogolin gives it back to
almost a
Kevany
walk.
on the cut. Nice cut from Kevany. Senior captain to senior captain.
It's a big one.
38-33. Now Hubner on to Zindelit. Zindelit
Nice.
fires the free throw line jumper. No good. Ball bouncing out of bounds. It'll go to Hopkinton.
Good D by Hubner. Disrupted the shot. Didn't block the shot, but certainly made Zindelit alter her shot and just bounced out of bounds from the rim. So Hiller ball.
Morningstar drives, turned away. Gives it up to Gogolin, gets it back. Morningstar fires the three. Looks good, just a bit short.
Good look there.
Brandy grabs the board for Holliston. Morningstar getting a bit too aggressive there. Lucky she didn't get the foul, but Jeffroy steps right into an open layup, catching Gogolin out of position.
Got to respond here, Hillers.
Corby driving down the left side. She's turned away. Hubner takes the handoff layup.
Nice.
Up and in. Nice drive from the senior.
4:18 left. 5-point lead, Holliston.
Hillers need to stop here. Powers with it at the top of the key. Calling for a pick. She gets it. Spins into a pass to Jeffroy. Shot. Almost rattles in for Jeffroy. Getting a lot of love from the rim, but not quite enough there. Now Kevany. Back to Morningstar, who wants the three. Thought about it, turned it away. Back to Kevany, who does fire. Good, knocks it down. Kevany makes
Timeout.
it a 2-point game. Timeout Holliston. And a huge run here for the Hillers. Down 12 to start the quarter, now down just 2.
That was awesome. Good patience by the Hillers. You know, it's not like the game's going to, you know, in the final seconds here. There's plenty of time. And they kept their poise and worked for a great three-pointer, wide open, no, you know, uncontested three-pointer. And that was a huge shot, probably the biggest shot of the game by Kevany. And all of a sudden there's a 2-point margin. It was up to 13 at one point this half. So not a bad timeout by Coach Dan Keefe of Holliston. And, you know, he's got to stop the bleeding here if that's what he's telling his girls to – you know, to play. You know, I'm not sure what their depth situation is, and again, Kevany, I think with 4 fouls, so couple of about 3:44 left in the game. It's going to be very interesting coming down the wire here.
And making it even more difficult for Coach Keefe and these Panthers. Playing in Hopkinton tonight with the crowds especially rowdy and feeding off this comeback from the Hillers. You can see some fans standing up, a lot of applause going on. We'll see how this impacts the Hillers moving forward in this final 3:45. Ball in the hands of Zindelit now, where I'm sure Coach Keefe prefers it to be. Jeffroy gets the pass, her shot. Huge 2 points there
That's a
from
big one.
Jeffroy.
She's had a heck of a game.
Especially the second half, she's come alive, especially offensively for Holliston. Hopkinton down 4, 3:15 left. Hopkinton trying to keep the ball moving. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Kevany open for 3, short. Grabbed by Tess Powers. Now she drives, takes the quick pull-up. Bit too strong. Rebound up and in. High off the backboard, Jackie Brandy.
That ball almost came off the top of the backboard. That ball, it's an amazing shot. They've had about a half dozen of those kind of crazy shots, either down the lane or there's another one. Easy.
Hubner drives, tough shot. Gogolin was right there for the rebound, but got it tipped away. Hopkinton still has the ball. 10 seconds left on the shot clock now. Morningstar drives, floater, just not enough. grabbed by Holliston. Now Dezindelit with it. Powers driving, baseline shot by Kazubal, just rattles around. Dezindelit fights for it. Somehow Kevany tips it over to Corby.
That's the kind of desperation you got to play with now. 2 minutes left.
Hubner drives through the defenders. Can't quite make the layup. Had a chance at it. And then the frustration foul. 1:52 left. 44-38 lead for Holliston, and free throws coming.
Yep, both teams in the 1-on-1. The Hillers' next foul after this will be in the double bonus for Holliston. Right now, there's still a 1-on-1 here for Brooke Jeffroy, who's, I'd have to say, she's done it all tonight. You know, different bunches. She had about 5 block shots. She's hitting some crazy shots down low. And definitely a nice player for Holliston, but she missed that one, and it opens up the door for the Hillers.
Ball inside to Gogolin.
She
turns around. Her shot no good. Fighting for the rebound.
Ooh.
And a Holliston player got knocked in the face. It looks like Jackie Alabrandi holding her face. Maybe poked in the eye. We'll let you know if there's any updates on her to make sure she's all right.
We have Jeanette Emerson, the athletic trainer here. We always make sure that we give her a little shout out.
She's on her way over to check on the Holliston player, Alabrandi.
And again, it's nice to know that she lives in our neighborhood in case there's any trouble, anybody gets hurt. There has been some crutches borrowed on occasion from her years ago. But looks like Holliston player might have a bloody nose or something, so she did get kind of clunked in the face. Looks like she hit in the nose, so hopefully she'll be okay. And but nevertheless, we have a minute 40 left in the game. 44-38 Holliston over Hopkinton. And Hopkinton ball, I believe. We're just waiting. It's an extended timeout with an injury, I believe, because of the injury. But nevertheless, I think it's time to get the game going.
But again, Hopkinton, getting close in this one. Not quite able. I believe they got to within 2 points, but couldn't get over that hump, and now the lead's back up to 6 for Holliston. Holliston's been doing a great job of being able to kind of stave off that final push from the Hillers, and they're doing it again right now. We'll see what happens over the last 140. But for the Hillers' next game, again, I believe we mentioned it before, but they're going to be hosting Foxborough on Monday in the second game of the home-and-home series they had with Foxborough this season. That'll be on Monday at 6:30. Again, the Hillers fell to Foxborough in their first meeting in Foxborough this year on December 21st. It was their first loss of the season at that point, 52-38.
Yeah, Foxborough always, historically has had good, strong teams from the last several years, few decades, to be honest with you. And the Hillers are going to be looking for a little payback on their home court, but they have business to take care of here tonight, and they certainly plenty of time, and they have the arsenal to close the gap. 6-point lead. They need to get a shot. Need to get a couple shots. There's going to be some free throw shooting probably at the end.
Yeah, we saw Gogolin talking right there to her teammates. Whatever happens, it surely will flow through her, the senior captain. Sure, trying to psych up her teammates for the final minutes here as we clean. I can only imagine they're cleaning up some blood that must have come out on the floor.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I think it was Jackie Alabrandi, I think.
Yep,
who
it was 14, yep.
So we wish her well and hope she doesn't have anything too serious, and we'll be back playing, if not tonight, very soon. So going to shout out to the staff here at the Athletic Center taking care of the court, so there's no issues. But in the meantime, it's kind of taking a little bit of the flow out of there's been a lot of getting close to the end of the game. Everybody's getting hyped up, and now all of a sudden we have about a 5-minute delay, which we have to do. But
got to get this stuff done. And it looks like they're all set, I believe.
That could be a benefit, or people can,
All right,
hopefully
we'll see who responds to the break better.
That could be a factor either way. So I think both fan bases here want to get the game going here, and it's Friday night. Get the weekend started too. So no, I correct myself here. It's Holliston ball. 1:40 left.
Holliston up 6. Ball into Dezindalit. She makes a nice pass up to Coleman.
Ooh, almost a walk.
Oh, yeah, almost a travel indeed. Nothing called.
Off her foot.
Tipped away by Hubner. Apparently last off of Hubner. She's not debating too much that it went off of her last. Holliston, 22 seconds left on the shot clock. 1:31 left on the game clock. Inbounding here.
Good D. There you go.
Pass inside to Jeffroy, stolen by Gogolin. She looks and finds Morningstar. Slapped her, fouled by Dezindalit. But a good foul by Dezindalit saves the and one opportunity, but 2 free throws coming for Morningstar.
Well, I guess you could say that couldn't have gone any better for the Hillers. With 1:40 left, they didn't have the ball. And now with 1:27 left, they had 2 foul shots. So got to hit them, though.
First one too strong for Lily. Chance to make it a 5-point game now with the second free throw. Second one is good. Dezindalit trapped.
Nice.
Almost Morningstar pokes out from behind.
That's 2 steals in the last 20 seconds.
Kevany.
Huge play.
Need more urgency here from the Hiller offense. Morningstar drives, tries to get into Gogolin,
nice.
Eventually gets it. Layup up and in for Gogolin. Timeout call, Coach Greco. 44-41 now, 1:05 left.
Wow, beautiful play. A little good fortune there. Lily made great idea, dishing the ball off to Ivy, got tipped and landed, couldn't have landed it any better if you're Ivy, and she took the ball up to the hoop. And really needed that basket with 1:05 left. Now it's a 3-point game. And after the hoop, Coach Greco calls a timeout to set up a press. And we got a fantastic finish here. We got to love that.
Right, we were wondering how that stoppage might kind of affect the gameplay, but girls came right back out onto the court, got things done, and now a 3-point deficit now with 1:05 left, like you were saying. And Coach Greco surely setting up some type of defensive formation, and I'm sure an offensive game plan for the next few possessions as we get the horn sounding both teams back out onto the court. Holliston will have the ball inbounding on the other end of the court.
You know, a minute 5 can take quite a while. With both teams will be in the double bonus for the rest of the game because they each have 9 fouls. So each foul will be 2 shots for each team as we finish the game out.
Crowd getting into it, realizing this final minute, the significance. Powers tries to get it in. She does to Coleman. She fires it off the foot of Hubner. Lucky break there for Holliston.
Nice play by the photographer down there to get the ball back. I don't have his name, but
I've seen him a few times. He's been back and forth both ends.
It's a heck of a play down there as he's taking pictures and then keeps the game and moving along. That's
ball gets to Dezindalit. She helps with Coleman to break the press. Now Dezindalit drives, takes the shot, no good. Jeffroy, Jeffroy. Tess Powers rebound and fouled on the putback. Two free throws.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Lily was like, I just got all ball, sir. You know. Sometimes it's hard, you know, for the refs. I hate to say they're anticipating, and that might have been a foul. I really can't tell from here, but Lily looked like she thought she got all ball.
Powers, 2 big free throws, 46-41 now. 50 seconds left for Hopkinton. Need to be very urgent here. Get points quickly. Morningstar drives. Her layup short. Grabbed by Powers. She turns it over. Hubner drives. Tries an ill-advised pass there. Try to get the Morningstar.
She called timeout. Oh, she called timeout. She's calling timeout, sir. I don't know who has the ball. Possession.
Morningstar was, I would say that I saw her calling timeout, but I think that the Holliston player had the ball too.
Oh, yeah.
And Lily can't just kind of take it away in that respect. But lucky for
Gotta
them.
launch it.
Kevany 3.
Bang.
Knocks it down. Huge 3. Lucky for Hopkinton, they keep the ball off that jump ball. And Kevany fires the 3.
Kevany, that's her second three-pointer in the last minute and 40 or thereabouts. I don't have that exact time, but it's like Coach O'Brien is questioning the clock. Something about or expressing maybe they're making plans for a beer after the game. I can't tell, one or the other, but there's some certainly maybe trying not to get distracted by some of the fan base here.
But nothing refs can really do if a few seconds did come off the clock. We don't have the benefit of instant replay, even for just simple things like that. It's just unfortunate, but it's the way high school sports go sometimes. 27.3 seconds left after the 3 from Kevany. 46-44 lead for Holliston. And Holliston will inbound as soon as the teams come back out onto the court after this timeout, after the big 3 from Kevany.
It's like a big, 2-point game, 27.3 seconds left. Coach O'Brien seems to think there should have been a little bit more time on the clock if I'm interpreting his body language from up here. But nevertheless, it looks like the Hillers are going to come up with obviously some full court pressure, so they have sort of a small ball, if you will. They got their quick players up front.
Yeah, 4 guards and Ivy Gogolin out there. Morningstar, Prawl, Corby, and Gladue out there.
Here we go. This is going to be exciting here. Hopefully get a steal and a bucket.
Shot clock is off. Dezindalit will inbound.
Nothing there.
She just manages to get the pass inside. And a jump ball is called. Great defense from the Hillers there as the pass gets inside to Powers.
That's okay. We'll take
Forces
the jump ball.
a jump ball. Now the next one will go the Hillers' way. About a second and a half ticked off the clock there. 25.7 left. And again, Dezindalit inbounding. Gets it into Coleman. She traveled. But a foul called. The lucky break there for Holliston. As soon as Coleman got the ball, she traveled. But a foul called there, unfortunately for Hopkinton.
We've seen this and some of the fans are asking if there's a travel call there. The floor is a little bit slippery in some spots here, and I don't know if there's a little forgiveness from the refs on that, but there's been other, that was not the only time sort of making note of that, but that was a fairly lengthy skid, to be honest with you, and they let that one go. So
Coleman making the most of it, hitting that first free throw, giving Holliston the 3-point lead. We'll see if she can make it a 2-possession game here with a free throw. 24.3 seconds remaining. And she does knock it down. Clutch free throws from the junior. 48-44, 20 seconds left. Hopkinton needs to score quickly. Morningstar drives. Layup up and in, left hand. Timeout called from Coach Greco. Now 13.1 seconds, 2-point game.
Well, that's about, it's a little chess match going on here, but great take by Lily.
Right, she realized the matter at hand and had to go in, drive, get those points quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that was huge, and that was a left hand, which kind of went off her left leg and then had a left-handed layup. It was a little awkward looking, but she's capable of doing that. And that was a huge hoop. No matter what happens, it's a heck of a comeback by the Hillers. They were down big for much of the game and fought their way back, scraped their way back. And Holliston's holding on for dear life on in the athletic center here, and it's a good rivalry. Obviously, Holliston Hopkinton, a rivalry for many decades, and we get another good finish here. Both teams playing a heck of a game tonight.
All right, we'll see if Hopkinton can force a steal on the inbounds pass. If not, I assume they're going to want to foul as quickly as possible to try to extend this game. And hopefully, if it comes to that, Holliston misses a free throw. But again, Dezindelit will inbound. Perhaps Coach Keefe using her passing skills rather than her ball handling skills right now.
She can run the baseline if she wants it, I believe. Uh-oh, the home run ball.
Deep pass gets it into Powers. She's fouled behind by Morningstar.
That's a pretty aggressive foul. Dangerous foul. Hopefully Tess Powers is okay. She landed kind of awkwardly. That was kind of I guess they call it a flagrant.
I think I saw Lily cross her arms like a clear path foul. It could have been, but I didn't think that was the case. But looks like she's explaining it to referee's explaining to Coach Keefe. Either way, free throws, no good on the first one there from Powers.
So I think Holliston will retain possession after this. So
2 free throws and the ball for Holliston. Probably like the worst thing that could happen for Hopkinton there. 3-point lead now for Holliston. 11.6 seconds remaining. Zindelit inbounding again. Great defense there from the Hillers. And a foul called as Coleman receives the pass. I'm not sure if Powers drew the foul or Coleman drew it.
I mean, Corby and Powers just playing tough, trying to get position.
Right.
And their legs just kind of got crossed up, and they both fell down. Somehow they called a foul on Callie Corby. I don't really understand that one, but
Powers misses the first free throw. Still a chance for Hopkinton. Again, you see there, 11 seconds left. 3-point deficit. If Powers makes this, makes it a 2 advantage, 2 possession lead for Holliston, and she does. 50-46 and a timeout called. It's come down to the end of it here for Hopkinton. They're going to have to, again, much like the last possession on Lily's layup, they're going to have to try to score as quickly as they can and try to steal the inbounds pass and force a foul.
Yeah, as they excuse me, as they say, the door is closing quickly.
Right.
With 10.9 seconds left here, 4 points, and almost need a bit of a miracle here. But like you said, the first thing I do is get a bucket in the next 3 or 4 seconds and just get it down the court
as quickly as they can.
And Holliston, boy, that's quite a good showing they've made here in the Athletic Center here on the road.
Right, with their season hanging in the balance really right now. Sitting at 4-5. With a win here would have moved them up to 500 on the season. Yeah. With plenty of time left to secure a playoff spot.
Yeah, definitely a hats off to them no matter what happens in the last 10.9 seconds. But Holliston came to play tonight, and the Hillers took a while to answer to that, and they find themselves back down by 4. They got to launch one.
Ball inside. Kevin, he launches the 3. He knocks it down. A quick 3-point shot.
Foul.
Pass inside, and Coleman's fouled. 3.1 seconds remaining. A huge 3-pointer from Kevin. Makes it a 1-point game, and now even if Holliston makes both of these free throws, Hopkinton will have a shot, figuratively and literally, to tie this game.
Wow, what a finish, huh?
Absolutely. Kevin knocking down the clutch 3. We'll see what Coleman can do with 2 free throws here. She's been at the free throw line a lot lately, especially here in the second half.
Boy,
first one is good.
She's pretty clutch. Like I said earlier, she didn't really play much in the third quarter. She's definitely been a spark plug for Holliston in the second half. Got to give her props for that. And
both free throws good, and she knew. Confident shooting from the line from Coleman. Whether or not she should have been there for the free throws before, off the foul on Corby, she was able to convert there and here. 3-point lead now for Holliston. I assume last time out of the game called by Coach Keefe right there, as Hopkinton will have 3.1 seconds left to go down the entire court and launch a 3-point shot.
Yeah, so they're just, I saw Marissa Prowl getting back in the game.
Right, she checked in.
They have a few options there. Obviously, a number one option would be Reagan. She's hit 3 3-pointers in the last couple minutes of the game to help bring the Hillers back to within 3 points, and in a couple occasions bringing them back to 1. So hopefully Coach Greco and his staff have been waiting all season for this to run this special play with 3 seconds left, and they need a three-pointer. And it's going to be, you know, and then on the other hand, Holliston doesn't want to foul. Hopefully the Hillers will get the ball in and get down and take a reasonably good three-pointer, and then Holliston's going to make sure they don't foul.
Right, Holliston's backing off a bit. Ball gets into Gogolin, 2 seconds left.
They'll launch it.
Prawl, 1 second, blocked. She might not even have got the shot off. Blocked by Zindelit anyway. And Holliston improves to 5-5 off the big clutch victory here in Hopkinton over the Hillers. And a tough loss for these Hopkinton Hillers to take as they drop to 8-3 overall, 7-2 in the TVL. 2 tough TVL losses in a row, both at home.
Yeah, hey, a very entertaining game for the fans. Again, mostly parents here tonight. And see a couple of former coaches here, Chuck Joseph in the crowd. See Dick Bliss down by the scores table. And I know Coach Smokey Morazy likes to come to a lot of these games. He's just recovering from surgery. So, hey, great entertainment. Tough loss for the Hillers, but, you know, congrats to the Panthers of Holliston for really coming in here and taking it to us. So I guess we'll see you Monday here, Tim, right?
That's right. We have the next Hiller game here, again, hosting Foxborough on Monday at 6:30 p.m. That'll be a non-league game. And before we go, I just want to give one last shout-out to our crew. Tom.
Sunday against Norwood.
Oh, I guess we have a game Sunday here against Norwood. We're just getting that news in from...
For the boys.
Oh, for the boys. Okay. That's right. All right, for the boys. All right, getting some conflicting info here. But for the girls, we'll be here on Monday at 6:30 p.m. And again, one last shout-out to our crew, Tom Dings, Samantha Dings, John Ritz, Mary Arnott, and Denise Antaki. Thank you guys for helping us out. I'm Tim Miladek, and for Steve Spector, thank you guys for listening to another edition of Girls Varsity Basketball.